Hello everyone. The purpose of this video is to explain certain market terminologies, trading terminologies without going into too much details. The purpose is just to make like newcomers comfortable with the terminologies, the concept point of view, and what else is probably better than going through the naceindia.com website. So let's see if we kind of understand like some of these terminologies in this video. I'll try to limit this video to 15 or 20 minutes so that in the next video I can do slightly better. So first of all, what is NSE? Is the NSE India is the stock market, right? So I hope the concept of stock market is familiar to most of you, but fundamentally it's a place where you know the companies like which are in need of money, they come in with the initial public offering, they put in they list their stock, and the people who are interested in the stock, they buy that stock for price, and the people who already have that stock and later they want to make some money for whatever reasons, they want to sell that stock. So it's the place where like we can exchange the stocks for the cash. So it's a broad concept, but then when I say people like you and me, like it's not really that we directly go and sell on the NSE, right? So NSE is a place, but they don't unfortunately entertain like customers like you and me, right? Retail customers like you and me. So what happens is we go through something called as like stockbrokers. Okay, so these are big companies, but so you can think of those stockbrokers as like are like like a middleman or the middle system that has the direct connectivity with the stock exchange data center where all this trading happens. So what happens is a retail customer like you and me first goes to a stockbroker, for example like Zerodha, for which we built a trading API. So well, we not build, we use their trading API to trade. So like, so Zerodha is like think of that as a system that is sitting between me like and the stock exchange. So when I want to trade, either I use their UI or I use their API to send trades to Zerodha, which Zerodha ultimately sends it to the stock exchange. Then stock exchange, if the price matches, they will execute it, and then the executions, acts, and everything that comes via Zerodha to a retail customer like us. So that is what the stock exchange is that kind of clear? Yeah, it's clear, right? Then now let's go to the site. First of all, like the most interesting part, right? We'll directly go to holidays. Yeah. So these are the times when the exchange won't be available to trade, like other than Saturdays and Sunday. Okay. But then there are like there are some days which is, now this is the interesting concept, right? There are some days which are supposed to be holidays, okay, for general public generally, but then suddenly like the exchange says that they have some testing to do and they would like to open it as if it's a real market, not as if it's actually a real market. So on that day, even if it's like a Saturday, you can trade. So by default Saturday and Sunday are holidays, but then on certain days this happens, not that frequently, maybe once or twice a year, that they will open up Saturday Sunday as also a working day. So you need to be watching out for the news and like things like that. There is one more special day where exchange is open for only short period of time. So even on these special days that I talked about, it's open only on only for a certain time. That window is different than the normal trading window, where like you can actually start trading and all from generally between 9:15 on 3:15, and there are some other times like before and after that, but let's not get into that. So on Lakshmi Pujan, that's what they call it as Muhurt trading, because Lakshmi, and what else is a better place than for Lakshmi than stock exchange, right? So stock exchange opens for a very short time during the Muhurt period on Lakshmi Pujan. So when the whole India is probably enjoying the fatake and everything, right? At that time, the people who like you and me who support the trading applications, they're sitting here and then monitoring the application, because you know though it's a mood trading, it's a real trading day, right? It's a real trading time and day. Okay, so you got to focus on those days. All right, now let me go back to the home page again. So holidays, hopefully you found something interesting, right? Something new. Okay, then this is the search box, right? Obvious, but yeah, let me type in some company name here. So if I start with Tata, They have got quite a few companies listed obviously under their belt, so you can see like many of these. Yeah, then let's say I open Tata Steel. Yeah, let me go to one company. So this way you get to know about different names of different companies. You can go through their probably their website, which if they have listed and maintained properly, you can go through that as well, right? But then you'll understand the terminology. The first and foremost obvious, the Tata Steel, this is what like we call it as a symbol. Here you have seen this, right? It's a symbol. So this symbol for Tata Steel Limited might be like one mnemonic or one alias. That's what we call it here. But on say Bombay Stock Exchange, same company, but the symbol is different, right? On other exchanges, it could be similar. So the thing is that this Tata Steel symbol, even if it is different, we are talking about the same company, right? So, so in theory and in practice also, you can buy a stock, Tata Steel stock, on NSE, and on some other day you can sell it on BSE, the Bombay Stock Exchange. That's possible, right? So it's called as fungible stocks, right? So it means that fundamentally they are same thing. So you buy here and sell there, it's okay. So they have got that whole collaboration in place because there is few other things in between also, the some other parties also that will explain like some other point of time. Yeah. So this is the symbol, right? Now the same stock, right? It is referred by using some other mnemonics actually. Like for example, Reuters code, Bloomberg code, ISIN code. So all these codes, they are unique for a company, but they are most of the time they are extended with like say for example dot B, dot N, which will mean that the fundamental symbol is the same, right? So it's like a particular boy or girl is called by different name depending on which group they belong to. So their cricket team might call him in a different way. Like they're at home, the person might be called with a different name. So depending on where you are, you're called by different areas, right? Similarly, like a stock is called with like different symbols. So I think I hope this is kind of clear. Yeah. Okay. Then if you look at the this particular section, then this particular section tells you about the overall price, we would say, right? So now what is this price? So this price is the latest price that it was traded with. Latest price, the last price, okay, it was traded with. This particular price is the price at which it closed. Okay, now these two terminologies, right, we'll get into the details. Last price when the trading was going on, and the closing window when the closing happens, this price could be different actually. So see, right now today is July 24th, the market has already closed. So ideally the last price and the close price should have been exactly same, right? But then there is a difference for certain reason, right? That again we'll do that explanation certain point of time. Now this previous close is today's 24th of July, this is 23rd July's closing price. Okay, so see, this way we know, this way we know exactly, exactly how the market moved between yesterday and today, right? So for example, if you look at this, right, 160.2, and here it was 160.02. So the green arrow, upward arrow, is like telling you that the price has gone up. Yeah. And then by how much? So if you add this up, 0.02 and 0.18, that comes out to be this. Okay. So okay, then another thing is open. So just like close, there is an opening window and it tells you that what was the price at which this particular stock opened. So it opened at 160.02. Now during the day, these are the 2 points which tell you that it dropped to 159.19, the bottom, and the topmost price it reached was 162.02. Right? Now in theory, you could time the market, and you're so smart that you buy it at 159.19 and you sell it at 162.02, then you make like a few rupees, right? And if this window is like larger, then you make more money in theory. But yeah, I am not that smart and I never made any money out of that. Okay, then this is interesting part, right? Okay, this is called as VWAP price. So VWAP is volume weighted average price, right? So for example, roughly what is it? That let's say the only four trades happen on that day, only four. Okay, so one trade was like 1 lakh shares at the price of 159.2. Okay, another one happened at 2 lakh shares, 159.5. Third one, so what we will do is that number of shares multiplied by price plus number of shares multiplied by price divided by the total number of shares that were traded on that day. So that is called as volume weighted average price. Now this is very important actually. It's a very good indication about, so only high and only low, right? They have no meaning in my opinion. Only those have no meaning, because there is a possibility that like only few shares kind of exchanged hands like at 162.02, but then most of them were like concentrated at 160.83. So that is a very good indication, so you should keep an eye on VWAP price. Okay, now let me take a look at it. So the market is closed right now, that's why this particular window may not be, that clearly useful. So maybe like I'll explain that like during any, the actual working hours. But probably you can kind of imagine what happens here is that during the working hours you'll see that these numbers are like very changing very fast, very fast. So it just tells you that at 160.37 there were 177 shares, I would say, right? They were waiting to be to be to buy at 160.31. They were waiting. It's just that there were nobody to sell at that time point of time probably, so no deal happened. The other way around also. So for example, if this is 177 at 160.31, below that it will be maybe 100 at 160.0, right? And the other way around here, so the ask price like will be like in a way that it has a higher chance of matching with the bid price. Okay, so bid and ask, right? Okay, then I will, in the next video probably I'll go through each one of these parameters as well and explain you what those parameters are. So I hope this was a good start on the day one. We'll keep on explaining these terminologies as we move forward. Thank you so much.